This is a police takedown of a suspected child predator. The man behind the camera, a self-proclaimed predator hunter.
I want every adult online to be completely afraid of even talking to a child.
Brian Knepp runs 814 Pred Hunters, a team of 15 that poses online as kids, based out of Western Pennsylvania. Neff started the group 3 years ago after a man he thought was a friend raped a child.
I was fooled, and I'm pretty hard to fool, I felt. Anyways, but I wanted to do everything that I could possibly do to have this not happen again.
So far, team members at 814 say they've helped catch nearly 300 people they say are child predators.
It is that bad of a problem.
We don't advocate for this.
Pennsylvania's Attorney General says don't do it. He urges great caution with what he calls vigilante-type predator hunters.
Because there's a lot of situations that someone could find themselves in that could be very dangerous, and they may not be trained or prepared for that.
Still, these groups are popping up across the state. Here in our backyard, a self-proclaimed predator catcher calls himself Mr. 17540.
I never thought in a million years that I would go and get one of these guys and then the police are using what I do to put these guys behind bars. And not just for a couple months, like the last guy got 10 years.
I'm not here to hurt you.
Justin Perry set up shop in Leola, Lancaster County. He poses as a 15-year-old girl online and says it doesn't take long for an adult to strike up a conversation.
It's just not the way you would talk to a lady or a woman at all, let alone a child, but a lot of it's pretty gross and vulgar.
Perry started predator catching in 2018 and admits he had a rocky start, finding Lancaster City Police didn't want to work with him, and police departments don't exactly endorse what he does.
Share this video.
The Lancaster District Attorney sent us this statement regarding so-called predator hunters, saying, quote, "We strongly discourage vigilante actions as they pose serious risks to themselves and others."
I would say for the most part, they can't say it like, hey, you're doing a good job, because like then they would be, I don't know, justifying it, I guess that's the word I'm looking for.
I mean, these cases are horrific, they're disgusting, they're tragic.
The state attorney general says there's already a system in place without these vigilantes.
I'm very proud of the work that our office does in this area. I'm proud of the work that the local police do. I'm proud of the Pennsylvania State Police. Like, this is an area where we all work together literally every day.
I feel there's a lot more that needs done. I don't feel we've even hit the beginning of it in my mind.
814 Pred Hunters tell us they never initiate a conversation online, and they try to give the person they're chatting with an out, encouraging them to walk away.
Give them an opportunity. Give them an opportunity.
AG Sunday says there's another, safer way if you believe a child is being exploited. Call 911.
They need to immediately get the police involved so the trained professionals can handle that situation.
Mr. 17540 says his system works, claiming he caught more than 40 alleged predators in multiple states.
You're not here to meet anybody. I don't know about making a difference, maybe, but it's definitely getting one less person off the street. Almost said pervert.
Amidst all of this, Lancaster City Police last week charged a man with trying to meet a 15-year-old girl for sex, but the 15-year-old was really two people working as predator catchers who took the suspect to the city police station. 22-year-old Daniel Hackle of North Duke Street, Lancaster, was charged with criminal attempted statutory sexual assault and other offenses related to trying to meet who he thought was a minor. In light of this case, Lancaster City Police reiterated it does not want people to do this and would not comment on this or any similar predator hunter groups. In Lancaster County, Meredith Jorgensen, 8 on your side, WGAL News 8.